You remember one of our foundational principles is our reaction response intentional action model that says that 92% of us react to situations that happen to us, right? Now, that reaction, the majority of the time, is based on feelings and emotion. Whenever feelings and emotions get involved, it's impossible for logical, intentional decision making to happen.
Hmm.
Now,
Now
what's
you're saying that's
interesting
pretty
about
strong what you just said there. Impossible.
it's absolutely impossible, according to studies and my 40 years of experience in doing this, because here's what happens. Neurologically, the amygdala, right, which is that emotional center, hijacks our frontal lobe, and all of the decisions that we make come out of our emotions instead of our logic. The study says, which is fascinating, that when we get hijacked by our amygdala, our IQ drops 30% immediately,
I've heard that stat, but wasn't really sure why that actually happens.
right?
Hmm.
Because we're no longer using our intelligence. All of our decisions are based on our, what they call the lizard brain,
Yep.
right? The
Yep.
emotional side of us. And everything is not intentional, it's reactionary. And when we give that control over to that situation or person, that situation or person is actually in control of us for as long as we allow it, right? Now, the question becomes, how do we get out of that? Well, the intentional thought process is this: thought creates feeling, feeling creates action, action creates results. Let me say it again, follow along, and then we'll talk about it.
I'm writing it down.
Thought creates feeling, feeling creates action, action creates results. Somebody cuts you off on the road, 92% of the time, you're going to skip your thought process and become reactionary about who or what just cut you off, right?
Hmm.
Your emotions just hijacked your logic. You're in an emotional state, and every action that you take from then on comes out of that feeling, right? That inconsiderate so and so just cut me off, right? Now, how do I gain control back? How do I use my logic to overcome that emotional state? But think about the process. What comes before feeling?
What comes before feeling is thought.
Thought, right? We can change, and it's the only thing we have control over. We can change our thought about what just happened. So instead of saying to ourselves, that inconsiderate so and so, you could pause and say, maybe there's an emergency that he's heading toward.
I've funny you should say this because that's an example that usually I give of how I think of things differently. And yes, for the split second, you're like, what did you just do? And then you could marinate on that for quite some time or
Right?
flip it like you just said. And I do it I try to that, oh, no, wait a minute. Maybe they just got an alarming phone call. Maybe they're rushing to a hospital.
Correct.
Maybe they're working three jobs to support their family. They should be paying attention, but give a little bit
Right.
of, grace
Now,
there.
take the process in order. When you made that thought change, what changed in your emotion?
I went from anger to empathy.
And as a result of that empathetic feeling, how did your actions change?
I just went on with my day and just let it go.
And the result?
Lower stress level, can focus on more important things because it was over like that. Nobody got hurt. The car just cut you off and kept on going. Mm.
So if every single person listening to this learned this very simple four-step process, thought creates feeling, feeling creates action, action creates results.
Results.
Stop, breathe. And ask yourself this question: what am I thinking right now?
And then change it. And
And then
whatever way
change
you
it.
want to do it, I think of it in terms of media. Stop, rewind, play.
There you go.
It's like, well, let's just do this over again. Take and you just said breathe. That's probably the most important thing when you have that thought. Call it the alarming thought. It's
Correct.
almost as if you're hitting your own reset button and you're also reevaluating the situation for that second, which can help you change your feeling, action, and then results.
And in our terminology, what you just did with that one breath is change your reaction to a response.
Mm, I'm writing that down too. Great stuff. This is just all of this part of the intentional success system. Joe, you coach people, you help them, tried and true methods, universal, some of them, we just don't realize them.
Correct.
How do we connect with you?
Intentionalachievements.com. And if they go to the contact page, there's a button there for my WhatsApp page, and they can send me a message and we can talk.
Thank you for all you offer and what you do, and also personally making me the smartest person in the room tomorrow night.